How Tibet inspired Hitler's Nazi regime. What if I told you that Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime were obsessed with Tibet? That their search for an ancient, mystical power led them to the far reaches of the Himalayas? It sounds like something out of a conspiracy thriller, but the truth is even stranger than fiction. When we think of Nazi ideology, we often associate it with European history, Aryan supremacy, and militarism. But hidden beneath these well-known elements lies an unsettling fascination with Eastern philosophies, particularly Tibet. The Nazi regime wasn't just interested in military conquest, it was obsessed with mythology, ancient civilizations, and the idea of a lost super race. Heinrich Himmler, one of Hitler's most powerful officers, spearheaded expeditions to Tibet in search of hidden knowledge, supernatural power, and evidence of Aryan ancestry. But why Tibet? How did a distant, peaceful land of Buddhist monks and mystical traditions capture the imagination of one of history's most brutal regimes? Today, we uncover the dark connection between Nazi ideology and the hidden secrets of Tibet. At first glance, the connection seems bizarre. Tibet is known for its spiritual traditions, its focus on enlightenment, and its isolation from Western conflicts. Meanwhile, Nazi Germany was built on war, racial hierarchy, and scientific rationalism. So how did these worlds collide? The answer lies in the Nazis' desperate search for legitimacy, both historical and mystical. The regime was obsessed with the idea of an ancient Aryan master race, and they believed that the proof of this superior bloodline could be found in the East. Himmler, who led the notorious SS, was particularly fixated on occult knowledge. He believed that hidden in the ancient texts and traditions of Tibet were secrets of lost civilizations, forgotten powers, and proof that the Aryans had once ruled the world. If Tibet held the key to this lost heritage, then finding it would validate Nazi racial theories and reinforce their claim to global dominance. But the challenge was immense. How could the Nazis, locked in a European war, establish contact with a remote Buddhist civilization? And even if they did, would they find the proof they were so desperately seeking? The Nazis wasted no time in trying to uncover Tibet's secrets. In 1938, Himmler commissioned an SS expedition led by Ernst Schaefer, a German zoologist and explorer, to travel deep into Tibet. Officially, it was a scientific research mission, but beneath the surface, it had a much darker purpose. Schaefer and his team sought evidence that Tibet was the ancestral home of the Aryan race. They studied Tibetan skulls and measured facial features, hoping to find biological links to their so-called master race. But their obsession went beyond pseudoscience. There were also strong spiritual motivations. The Nazis were captivated by the concept of Shambhala, a legendary hidden kingdom in Tibetan Buddhist mythology. Some believed that Shambhala was a real place, an ancient civilization where a lost, advanced race had preserved its wisdom. The Nazis saw this as more than myth. They considered it a potential source of supernatural power that could aid their war efforts. Another key influence was the swastika itself. While today it's synonymous with Nazi Germany, the symbol has deep roots in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, where it represents good fortune and cosmic balance. The Nazis took this ancient symbol, twisted its meaning, and used it to represent their warped ideology of racial supremacy. But despite their efforts, the Nazis found no evidence of an Aryan super race in Tibet. The expedition returned with artifacts, photographs, and skull measurements, but none of it proved their racial theories. That didn't stop them from using their findings as propaganda, manipulating history to fit their dangerous agenda. The Nazi fascination with Tibet wasn't just limited to expeditions. It infiltrated their entire worldview. Himmler's personal beliefs were deeply influenced by Eastern mysticism, and he envisioned the SS as more than just an elite military force. He saw it as a new knightly order, one rooted in ancient wisdom and occult power. The search for Tibet's secrets culminated in one of the strangest and most chilling stories of the war. As the Allies closed in on Berlin in 1945, Soviet soldiers discovered a shocking sight: the bodies of several Tibetan monks in SS uniforms, lying dead in a bunker near Hitler's headquarters. To this day, historians debate what these monks were doing there. Some believe they were part of a last-ditch Nazi attempt to access mystical knowledge that could turn the tide of the war. Others suggest that they were advisors, brought to Germany, because the Nazis genuinely believed in their supposed supernatural abilities. Whatever the truth, it's clear that the Nazi obsession with Tibet ran far deeper than a passing curiosity. It was a twisted blend of pseudoscience, racial theory, and the desperate search for lost power, one that ultimately led them to ruin. The connection between Nazi Germany and Tibet is one of history's strangest and most disturbing stories. It reveals how dangerous ideologies often twist history and mythology to serve their own ends. The Nazis' search for an ancient Aryan homeland was based on pseudoscience and racial superiority, yet their fascination with Tibet's spiritual traditions shows how even the most brutal regimes can be driven by strange and mystical beliefs. In the end, their quest for lost knowledge, hidden civilizations, and supernatural power led them nowhere. But the echoes of these bizarre obsessions remain, reminding us of how easily history can be manipulated to fit dangerous narratives. What do you think about the Nazis' obsession with Tibet? Were they just desperate for legitimacy, or is there something even deeper hidden in this strange chapter of history? Let us know in the comments. And if you love exploring the forgotten and hidden stories of history, check out our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we uncover the darkest corners of history. Thanks for watching.